Hello chess lovers, Suran here, and in this video I would like to share with you a fantastic game played by the first undisputed world chess champion Wilhelm Steinitz. Steinitz is on the black side and his opponent is a chess player named Reiner. This game was played in 1860 in Vienna. Now let's see how the game progressed. Reiner started the game with e4 and e5 by Steinitz, knight f3 Nc6 and d4. White goes for the Scotch game. He takes d4 and bishop c4. White is choosing the Scotch gambit. Bishop c5, white castles kingside, d6, c3, bishop g4 and queen b3. White is choosing a very aggressive line, is allowing black to capture f3, damages kingside, but in return is coming after the pawn on f7. And without being afraid of the complications, Steinitz played bishop takes f3. He allowed bishop takes f7 check, king f8 and bishop takes g8. Not the strongest continuation. Playing g takes f3 could have been better. If knight f6 then bishop c4, the players have equal chances. But in the game after king f8 we see bishop takes g8, rook takes g8, g takes f3, and once this rook and white king are on the same file, Steinitz pushed forward his g-pawn in order to organize a quick attack. Queen e6. Instead of queen e6, of course, proceeding with the development could have been better, but in the game we have queen e6, knight e5, queen f5 check, king g7, king h1. Both kings are looking for a shelter on the h file, and rook g1. This is a move which allows black to gain a huge advantage. Instead of playing rook g1, it was better to play c takes d4. If bishop takes d4, then proceed with the development. But white played rook g1, after which Steinitz made a powerful move and he played g4. With this move, he's opening up the queen's path. f4, white wants to keep the king side closed, but if a move like f takes g4, then black could play queen h4, both come after the pawn on g4, and also prepare rook f8. But in our game after g4 we have f4. Now comes knight f3 and rook takes g4, which is losing on the spot. Rook g4 could have prolonged the resistance, although after knight h4 there is not much white can do. In our game we have rook takes g4, which allowed Steinitz to go for a brilliant combination. You can pause the video and try to find his next moves. Ready? As you remember, by playing g4, black opened up the queen's diagonal, and here Steinitz went for it. Queen h4 is on the board. Look at this. Right now both black is threatening checkmate in one, also this rook is hanging. Now if rook takes h4, then this time rook g1 checkmate is coming. After queen h4, Reiner made a desperate move and played rook g2, trying to cover the h2 square, but this allowed Steinitz to mate in two moves. Can you find the winning line? Ready? This time he played queen takes h2 check. Finally, he managed to force black rook to accept the sacrifice, after which he announced a checkmate. Look at the stunning Arabian mate on the board. The knight, cooperating together with the rook, managed to kill the opposing king on a corner of the board. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this game. For more games, just smash that subscribe button and also consider sharing this game with your friends.